So it looks like there's a surf at Whitby, so I think I'll probably go up to Whitby and have a surf. Done far too much work today. But I did want to chat about a few other things, so I imagine I'll probably put it onto this the end of this video, and we'll talk about that. I wanted to talk about my experience of going through cancer and where I came out, where I went in, where I came out. The things that I saw, what I experienced, and hopefully I would like to be able to inspire people that are either going through cancer or have been through cancer or have just been told they've been diagnosed with cancer, and give some inspiration and some, if hope is needed, or so. But I'll add that on. I'm going for a surf now. GoPro, stop recording. GoPro, stop recording. So in 2014 I used to run a lot and swim a lot, and I was surfing, and I remember, so I'm a jeweler and I work at the music festivals, and now I find myself at York Market. I began to get like what I thought was, well, I had a pain in my ear, and I also had like a bit of a sore throat. And I remember we came back from a festival and I was like, I've got a sore throat, and blah, blah, blah. Okay. My partner said, we'll go and see the doctor. I went to the doctors when I got back, had a look at me, told me I had just like throat infection, see how you get on. So a couple of weeks go by and this thing didn't go, and felt like it was troubling me. Went back to the doctor. Doctor said to me, oh yeah, you've got a throat infection, here's some antibiotics, come back and see me in a few weeks. Once again, went back, a few weeks go by, and the next doctor got a computer and showed me this very detailed diagram that I had a eustachian ear canal blockage. It all looked very convincing to me, and come back and see me in 6 months' time. So went home, carried on, got worse, till my wife ended up saying, right, I'm not having this, you're going to go to the hospital. So found the doctor, complained a little bit, thank God, and ended up getting referred to Huddersfield Hospital. I remember sitting there in this room at this ear, nose and throat place, and I just, I didn't really think anything. I did a little bit of looking at the internet. Now, one of the first things I would say to anybody is be as smart as you possibly can, but remember that you're not a doctor or a specialist in the field of the area you might be investigating. That's the first point that I'll make. The internet is full of many different things. Some of it is truly amazing. Some of it is rubbish. Some of it is just absolute lies. But be as smart and as well researched as you possibly can if you are beginning down the path of this that I'm explaining to you now. So we'll get to Huddersfield. And this lovely lady sticks this camera up my nose. And I remember being sat there and she put this camera up my nose, looking at this screen. She pulled this camera out of my nose and instantly I felt the energy in the room change. And she put her arm around me and I just knew, whoa, she was like saying, oh, it's okay, we're going to get you referred instantly, don't worry about this, blah, blah, blah. I was given all these papers and I was sent on this, almost like a roller coaster, really. It was so fast, it felt like somebody had whipped the rug from under my feet. And before I knew it, I was going then to Halifax to have a basically be put under and have a biopsy. And I came out of the anesthetic and I kind of knew my family was there, Donna and the kids. And the guy said, I said, what do you think? And he said, well, what I've seen, you'll be going to Leeds. And I thought, okay, I'll be going to Leeds. Perhaps I'll be having a day out at Leeds. I said, do you think it's cancer? And he said, what I've seen, yes, I think it's cancer. And then, of course, this whole thing starts to happen and we go away to the next music festival, and we were at Croppedy Music Festival. I remember getting a telephone call from a Macmillan nurse. And if the Macmillan nurse calls you, then I'd say you pretty much know. She said to me, she said, what do you think it is, Simon? And I said, well, I think because you're phoning me, it's cancer. And she said, yeah, it's cancer. You've got a squamous cell carcinoma on the back of your tongue, and it's quite a big one. It's actually a T4, which means it's I think as big as a tumour will get, really. So I was like, boom. Okay, I'm at a music festival. It was beautiful. There's all these people having a lovely, amazing time. So I remember it was really hot. We'd just come from Glastonbury and I was tired anyway. And obviously I had cancer, so you feel tired. I didn't know that. I just thought that it was like the same old me, just hitting it like I did at that time. So what's next? Well, you'll be coming back. We need to then just have a look at you. We need to do some scans, see how far this has gone into your body. So that happened. So I go through the festival. I remember walking around telling all my friends, okay, they found something in my throat. I might not see you for a while. Sounds like I've got some treatment to have. I got the scans and it hadn't gone anywhere. And I would say this, point number 2, your fitness and the amount of oxygen that you're putting through your body, this system that you're living in, this spacesuit, is vitally important. What you eat and the amount of oxygen you put around this body has a huge effect on cancer, on tumours. Anyway, so that's another thing. That's the second point I'd like to say. So, blah, go through all of this, and the emotional and mental pressures that this puts on you as a young father of 2 young children. So, first you have to go and tell your kids. How much your kids will understand of that obviously will depend on how old they are and what they know, but first thing you do is you're straight up, you're honest. I've got cancer. And you tell your kids. That's hard. That is hard. A lot of things go through your mind. I know this is a story now, and what I understand now and the knowledge of who I am. This is a story, but it's a story that's worth telling people. You believe in a way that you've actually let your family down. I did. You believe you've let your kids down. You believe that this invincible dad that goes running up hills and puts weights in backpacks and runs up and down hills and skips and swims and isn't invincible. No, I can't provide. These are things that are not true, but in your mind you will have so many thoughts, so many processes. That was hard. That was very hard. So you're on this roller coaster now, and it's going fast, and you are in a process that you and the NHS or whoever is treating you are putting the fuel in the tank, and you are on it, and it's going fast. And I would also say this now as another point: don't go fast, really. If you can, do research for yourself. Look at your diet, look at your lifestyle, look at what is happening outside of what they're telling you to put in your mouth. Swallow this, have this, take this. Make your choice. So I go to Leeds this one day, and this very interesting thing happens. They present me in this room with what looks like a piece of solid, like matrix pattern shaped plastic. And they say, we need you to lie on this slab. So you lie on this slab, and they line this laser up, and I got a tattoo perfectly there that they said was in the exact middle. I'm glad she's not a tattoo artist, that nurse. I swear. Because now as I look, that was supposed to be in the middle. It's kind of like, it's not quite on. I wouldn't have asked her to do me a ship with a squid pulling it to the bottom of the ocean, that's for sure. So they dunk this solid plastic thing in this like solution, and it comes out and it's all just like rubber, and they put it on your face and they like mold this thing, and you lay down flat on this slab and this thing is pushed onto your face like this. Okay, I didn't like that instantly. I'm a little bit claustrophobic. And then you lie there, and the next minute they're pulling this thing off, and this thing is set hard and with an exact replica of your face. I said, right, you need to drill some holes for the eyes or something, because, I don't like it. And I've got 35 sessions of radiotherapy to look at and 2 sessions of chemo, apparently. So you go day one, they strap you up to this chemo, and you're in this room, and of course I'm there first day, having this thing, having a meal, all these other people around me in this room look absolutely wretched, and you're thinking, whoa, look at them, gosh. Of course you don't know at that time. You don't know what's coming. And I remember then I had to go, that was my first day, and my friends were running a festival for me, and I was going to leave there after 12 hours of chemo and go straight to this festival. So went straight to this festival. I remember getting there and thinking, oh, and I was looking at the table, and I just suddenly went woof, down on the floor. I was like, whoa, weird. I felt, whoa, love, I feel weird. Anyway, let's have some food. I remember eating this food. It tasted. I kind of knew what was coming. I went to every single food stall and almost had a little bit. I think I spent 100 quid. I had all sorts of different things, and every single one was like, oh, no. So I did this festival, came back, and on the Tuesday, because the Monday was the bank holiday, on the Tuesday I began the radiotherapy, and they strap you down. You realise this mask, you go on this slab, you're like this, and this mask goes on your face, and it goes, never forget this, click, 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 4 clicks, and you're down, poof, like this, and then this machine comes over you and it goes, and this thing goes, and it gets to there. I remember it was 17 movements with about 6 clicks in between, and this thing is profiling this exact place. You can see here, I've got no hair under my chin. Now I am now. So 2014, it's in the year 2022 on planet Earth. So I'm a good while on now after. And this thing, you get to week So 35 days, so you do the maths, so you get to like, you know, I remember getting to day 10 and you are burned. And I had a tube put into my tummy there because they said to me, you will not be able to swallow. Was reluctant to have it before the treatment started, but they said you will not be able to swallow, and that will be the only way you can get food into you. And I'm glad that I did listen. And you live on this stuff and you squirt it through a tube and it goes in through there because you can't eat through your mouth. This is burned. Your mouth is burned. All that I will never have hair under there again. That's why my neck looks all scrawny. You burned. All the beard came off. And I remember getting to day 20 and you were on a low ebb, man. And I had a second bout of chemo. I only had 2 lots of chemo. And wow, it's powerful. That's all I can say. But I realised I could, like, you know, I started to put juices through my tube, and I have a really good friend who is a herbalist out in New Zealand, a lady called Karina Hilterman, who is an absolute genius. She cured herself of lupus with herbs. And I was lucky to encounter her on my travels when I was younger. And the first thing I did was contact her, and she made me a mixture of various herbs to complement the treatments that I was going through. That is another point. Research herbs, research herbalists. There are so many things out there that will work alongside the treatment you're having and lower the effects, lower the nausea. Do that. And so I go through this, and then I remember getting to day like 34, and I'm not exaggerating, I was on my knees. You are in a bad shape. You've like, I think, you know, you've been living on a little bottle of this stuff that you're squirting through a tube as your food. You're poorly. So I remember October 2nd, my last day. You're all over the place. They've been giving you pills for pain, you know. I'm not a big fan of taking pills, but you're in a lot of pain. You are burned. You are very badly burned. You know, look at that, my skin has came off. You know, that's why I'll never have hair under there ever again. It's smooth. So we'll tell you in January. That was the thing. We'll tell you in January. You know, you've had so much done to your body, we cannot test you now, Simon, because you just light up like a beacon if we test you now, because I had so much radiation and everything else. They said if we try and do a scan or any kind of prognosis now, we won't be able to see. So you like the Ready Brek, man, for those of you old enough to remember that. Remember the kid that had the Ready Brek and then glowed? Not great. That was hard. That was fucking hard, man. I remember going through that winter and that Christmas, and I go to Fuerteventura most years in the winter and surf. And I remember getting out there, and I remember trying to surf here. I used to come up to Caton Bay. I remember getting in, I still had the tube hanging out of my tummy and trying to get these waves, and you're so weak, and these waves were just boom, just smashing me. I was thinking, no, I'm going to get it. I could not barely push my arms to pop up. But another point I will say, throughout this, I want you to have listened to the bits where I've said, carry on with what you love. Do it, love this moment. This is all that exists. If there is one thing I will tell anybody, even whilst I was being told I had cancer, or somebody right now that is in the hospice, you have got this day the same as any healthy man or woman on this earth. You have got this day. You are no different. You go, oh, well, yes, I am. I'm dying. I'm in the hospice. No. Look at it like that if you wish, but look at it like this. This day I have this day. So January comes, and I remember it well, and it was the Macmillan nurse, and the phone rang, was the Macmillan nurse, and she said, Simon, there's no more cancer in your body anymore. Wow. Okay. So, the feelings you get, it's wow. Thank you. Thank you. Do you know, I'll tell you something. If you want to practice one thing in your life, be grateful. Learn to forgive. There's a lot of things about cancer, and there's a lot of things they don't know, but I'll tell you something. Stress, anger, resentment, all of these things of the dark side, as Yoda would say, you are more likely to be finding cancer in your body. This is an ill effect. Now, let go of the people that you feel you can't forgive. Forgive. Be grateful for each day. That's what we've got. Be grateful. This is the only thing that exists this moment, right now. If anybody wants to tell me that's not true, examine it. This moment exists. This is it right now, and I am truly grateful. I took and still take a lot of herbs. I adopted pretty much a full vegan diet. I tried to take very little sugar in my diet, and I take a lot of exercise, but one thing that you must know is thank you. Thank you. If this helps anybody in any way, if I articulated myself well enough, then good. Good. God bless you. You survive, you'll survive. This, what you truly are, never dies. This body may go, but what you truly are never dies.